Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Civil Stuff by Wahid. If you are watching my video for the first time, please do subscribe. Today I have chosen topic from strength of materials, that is shear force and bending moment. Now what actually the shear force and bending moment and how we will be representing with the help of the diagrams, we'll see in the series of these lectures. So before going to the shear force and bending moment directly, first of all we'll try to know regarding what are the different types of supports. Based upon the types of supports, how the beams have been categorized, and depending upon the loading conditions, because the variation of shear force and bending moment will wholly depend upon the type of loading. So one should know the type of loading first, and shear force and bending moment irrespective of beams, type of beams, it only varies with respect to loading conditions. Okay, so we'll try to start with the types of supports with a general topic. So coming to the first one, this type of support we call it as either simple support or roller support or movable hinge support. Okay, movable means when it will be moving, when you're having some rollers. So because of these rollers, because of being these rollers, it have a tendency to move in the horizontal direction. Okay, now in this case no bending moment will be developed and it is free to rotate, and here because of providing what rollers, horizontal displacement is possible. Because of this horizontal displacement is possible and no movement and free to rotate, only one reaction can be calculated, that is the vertical reaction. Coming to the another type, not movable oblique or hinged support. Here this one also it is free to rotate and no bending moment is developed, and here because there is no rollers, horizontal displacement is not possible, so that you can find out the horizontal reaction and one vertical reaction. And coming to this one, the fixed support, here three reactions can be calculated, those are horizontal, vertical and movement. Now here the main thing of this one is fixed support is it neither rotates nor translates from its position or in its direction. So these are the three basic types of supports. Next we'll see the types of beams. Coming to the types of supports, so types of beams it is, this is beams. Coming to the types of beams, it has been categorized as, first, if only one end it is fixed, other end free, we call it as a cantilever beam. So this beam is statically determinate beam. We'll see further what is the difference between statically determinate and indeterminate. Now next one, if the same cantilever beam, if suppose if I have given some support here, support reaction here, then it becomes what? Propped cantilever, in which it will become indeterminate structure. Okay, next coming to this one, simply supported beam, either one end the support may be hinge and roller, or both hinges may be there and both rollers may be there. Okay, so anything two supports at the corners of a beam, it is nothing but called as a simply supported beam. Coming to here, overhanging beam. In this overhanging beam, you may be having one side overhanging or other side overhanging. Means the length of the beam being more than the distance between the two supports. Okay, so here one side overhanging. See, the example for this one is the building slab will be projecting outside our frame. Suppose our building area will be like this. Okay, this is one beam, this is one beam, this is one beam, like this. Okay, here columns will be there, from this your slab will be extended like this. Okay, so if it is extended like this, if the beam is extended like this, column is here, means supports are here. If it is only one side supported, means it is single side overhanging. If it is resting, beam is extended towards both sides, we call it as a overhanging supports. Okay, coming to the continuous beam, if more than two supports are there to the length of the beam, we call it as what? Continuous beam. Okay, coming to the fixed end, if one side fixed, other end free, it is called as a cantilever. If both ends of the beam is fixed, we call it as what? Fixed end beams. So these are the some different types of beams. Next we'll see the types of loadings. So a beam always will be subjected to a transverse loading, means perpendicular to the axis, longitudinal axis. Suppose if your beam is like this, okay, if this is your longitudinal axis, the beam will be subjected to these type of loadings. Okay, so the different types of loadings if I consider here are point load, which is also known as what? Concentrated load. Okay, the point load will be like this. Coming to the uniform load, here it has been distributed again, uniformly distributed load and uniformly varying load. Means, see, if throughout the length, if the intensity of load is constant, we call it as what? Uniformly distributed load. But if the throughout the length, if the load is getting varied in this way or in this way, in the middle it will be maximum, or at the one support it will be maximum, those type of loads are called as a UVL, uniformly varying load. Now if you consider a beam, some supports are there, column supports are there. Now on these beams, okay, on these beams the slab will be acting as a UDL load. The load coming from the slab will be acting as a UDL on the beams. Okay, and here now how this point load will be acting, means suppose if a secondary beam is there. What do you mean by secondary beam? Suppose if the beam is directly resting on the two columns, we call it as a primary beam. Next, if the beam is resting on the two other beams, then it is called as a secondary beam. Now the load coming from this secondary beam will be acting as a point load on the primary beam. Is it okay? So that way the point load will be acting on the primary beam. Do you understand my problem? Here on the supports, if the beam is directly resting, we call it as what? Primary beams. Okay, and the load coming from the slab will be acting as a UDL, and the wall masonry, if above construction is there, that is also, it will be coming as a UDL. Whereas the secondary beam is nothing but the beams which are resting on the other two beams. The load coming from this beam will be acting as a point load on the primary beams. Okay, now based upon these criteria, in the next video we'll try to see what is actually shear force is called as, what is bending moment called as, and how it is going to vary with respect to loading conditions, and we'll see how to draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams for different loading conditions for different types of beams. Okay.